And that's why it's so important to talk about engaging information from our spreadsheets in a visual budget. A visual budget is about relaying information graphically that begins in a spreadsheet in your financial budget. In our case, it began as our church budget, and then we turned it into a narrative budget. And to get from your spreadsheet to your visual budget, we'll talk first a little bit about your narrative budget. And if you'd like to learn more about creating a narrative budget, check out our recent webinar. So a narrative budget is simply a representation of the financial budget in descriptive terms and transforms the money and expenses into a story, a picture of ministries for your congregation. We know that churches don't often communicate the value of the ministries they provide and the changes occurring in personal lives through these ministries. Parishioners, therefore, have a limited understanding of the use of their gifts and of their relationship with those receiving the benefits of the ministries. So the narrative budget helps parishioners understand that what the congregation is doing, how you are connecting them to the ministries, creating deeper relationships through education and inspiration. Here is one example of a narrative budget. I'm going to point out some components that are good to keep in mind. It is always wonderful to have pictures of what you are doing, especially pictures of people, because as humans, we are attracted to ourselves. Scripture, they've included scripture here, and finding a scripture reference that relates to the ministry area and ties back to our stories in the Bible is very useful. A description of the ministry and how the ministry area ties through in your context is always helpful. And a quote from an individual involved in the work. It's not important what it looks like or how it is put together, except that the narrative budget should reflect your own church and context. Some are glossy 8.5 by 11 magazines. Others are trifold legal size paper. Still others exist only electronically. The output is not what is crucial, as long as it talks of impact, of mission and ministry, of your congregation in the community, a story. Here is a financial budget and a narrative budget. The financial budget is important, but it provides only monetary information and nothing more. It has a place. It ensures that your church is aware of your income and expenses. It makes sure that the lights are on and the water bill is paid, but no one joins your church to help you pay your bills. This isn't the whole picture because the church is a people organization, and a spreadsheet does not make apparent what people do for the work of the Lord. That is the reason we create a narrative budget, so that we can tell the stories of the ministries of our church, of the difference we make in the community, of how we change people's lives.